just a second. Whoa. Here we are. We are back again. I am Friendly James here, and I am joined by three lovely people today. Anthony is back co-hosting with me. Anthony, who do we have on our panel with us, buddy?
Well, our guest of honor is Mr. Pascal from the band TransX. And joining us on our panel is Maggie.
Yes.
Absolutely. And Pascal, you don't know this, but today is Maggie's birthday. So this is my birthday present to her, for her to talk to you.
Yes.
Oh, happy birthday. Yeah.
Thank you, Pascal.
Yeah. So Pascal, look, man, Maggie introduced me to your music a long time ago, and I just would like to say it's awesome. It's catchy. I love your composition with your songs. I can't stop listening to it. And I have not stopped listening to it. So I just would like to know a little bit of, you've been doing this since 1978, man. So can you give us a little bit of history? I mean, like, Anthony and I weren't even born yet.
I started with primitive in 1978. There was no like synthesizer you could purchase. So I had just a little organ with some strings flute sounds, and I would put this through an echo machine to make my own atmospheric music, because I started doing music for soundtracks for television. So I used, since I didn't have any synths, I used what I have, the pedals for guitar, because I use guitar with a lot of effects, just to create an ambient sound. So that's how I started.
Wow, I love it. Now, are you still currently doing soundtracks for movies and TV shows?
No. Right now, I have a live show that I am presenting, and I think that's doing this with my wife, and she plays guitar and she plays keyboard also. And some songs I play guitar also. So it's very diversified what we do now. So I'm concentrating more. But I just released a Living on Video 2025. And I think the video is available on YouTube. I'm not quite sure. I have to know when exactly it's going to be uploaded. So, I'm keeping busy, and I have another EP coming out in a few months also. So.
And you just can't slow it down. Well, listen, let's let the birthday girl have the floor now. Happy birthday today, Maggie, by the way.
Thank you so much. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you there, Pascal.
Yes.
Yes. Well, how this all started was my younger brother had come over, and he's like, you got to check this video out. And it was the first time I ever saw it. And we just love it. It's just like the song, your music, it's just so catchy.
Yeah.
It's like, and it gets stuck in your head, but in a good way. You know what I mean? We just love it. I do want to know, what is your favorite song that you've done?
My favorite song from where?
That you've done, yes, on your album.
Well, people prefer Living on Video, but what else do I need to do? Well, I do some more darker stuff now, and actually I have such a broad audience for Living on Video. I'm not just into like high energy synth pop. They hire me a lot in South America to play in Gothic festivals.
Oh, nice.
So I have a lot of followers with the Gothic crowd. Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to play in London, England, It's in June, and I'm playing a goth club.
I love it.
Wow. Now, how does the goth audience react to like your classics? Like Anthony's favorite is Message on the Radio. That's one of our favorites. How do the goth kids all in white makeup like sing like "Hey, boy, Message on the Radio"? Like do they get really low energy?
Yeah. No, well, I know, but also we do a few covers, and we can do a cover of well, what's the name of by Joy Division? Dance, dance, dance to the radio. So we do a couple of covers. We do a cover of Das Model from Kraftwerk.
Whoa.
So it's very varied, what we do. It's for a different crowd that doesn't know my music. So I do a couple of other songs also.
Wow.
And I have another show that we're playing that's more rock, and I sing a cover by songs that I like by YouTube. I sing "It's a Beautiful Day," and I sing "Paradise" by Cold. What is it? Coldplay.
Oh, Coldplay. Yeah, Anthony hates Coldplay.
So you didn't expect I would do stuff like that also, but it's different because here in Mexico where I live, that they hire us, and we have a whole system of lights and sound. So we provide like a 5-hour entertainment. We have 2 DJs before we go on stage, and sometimes depending on who will do like the most electronic stuff. And then there's another DJ, and we'll do some more rock stuff later. Or if it's a 5-day event, we'll do one show on the day, and 2 days after we'll do a totally different playlist. It's that's cool. It keeps me active, you see.
Yeah, I'm expecting you to say you're opening up a YouTube channel on like cooking, like living in an oven. That should be your YouTube channel. But listen, my friend Ant from Ant Reviews Things would like to speak. So go ahead, Ant, take the floor.
All right. Yeah, really, if we can go back, I have a few questions, but if we can go back to your composing and your soundtracks, we interviewed the reason we know Maggie is we interviewed a somewhat famous guitar player who played in heavy metal. And he said that when he was out of the band, he would compose music and soundtracks, but he did it for pornography. Have you ever made music for pornography?
No.
I'm just asking.
Maybe there's people who use my music, and some things that I don't even know. So it's possible, maybe.
All right, just
Good answer. Good answer. All right. So, and what else would you? Oh, so now take us back to the 80s, though. Like when you were young and up and coming, like you mentioned earlier, nobody was doing the music that you were doing, and so was it difficult for you to find a place to get accepted in the beginning? Because I look behind you, and you have all these records, and I have Godzilla. So like I can't complain.
Yeah, I used in the 80s. I used to hang out with Ivan from the Men Without Hats. We used to go to the same college.
Oh man, did you hate the safety dance? Did you hate the safety dance?
Well, we did a show in Germany, Trans X and Men Without Hats on the same show in Germany. Imagine 2 bands from Montreal.
Whoa. Okay, yeah. So I want to hear more, please.
So, well, I stopped doing a little bit of soundtrack stuff, and I did more pop music because I wanted to meet girls.
Makes sense to me.
That I love it. I love it. So in the do you remember the first time you ever performed on stage, what kind of feelings was going through you when you were the first time Trans-X ever performed?
Oh, that was the time the Flirts did their I saw the Flirts in Montreal in like 1981 or 1982. Yeah. That was the first track date, because some of these artists, they didn't play live; they just did the voiceover of the instrumental track mostly.
Wow.
Because it was dance music, and the concept, it was not. Well, people who come for goth clubs, they want to see Trans-X play instruments during like 50 minutes. But in the old days, for the Flirts and groups like that, they just perform like 3 songs in a DJ set where. Performance, it was just they bring the act on stage to sing 3 songs. That was it. That was the formula at the time. Yes.
Go ahead, Maggie. Go ahead.
Oh, what I was just thinking about your main video, the Living on Video. How did you create the actual video, or how did that video actually all come about?
Oh, the video, actually, it's not a video. It was a taped TV show called Formula 1, and it was filmed in the Bavarian Film Studio in Munich, Germany.
Oh,
okay. It was just they did like 3 takes with all the extras. It was a cinema studio that was used to film live, but a little bit like Top of the Pops or Solid Gold or different shows like that.
Mm-hmm. I love the video. Me and my brother love the video.
Yeah, so it was not a video, it was a TV show.
How many times? All right, so when you were doing the TV show, because like Maggie said, the video is awesome. Like, I love the robotic guys that are moving like robots, and I love your beats when you do the do. So did it take it? Was it one take that you shot the whole thing, or did you have to go a little bit?
Well, I think they did
behind the scenes.
They did like 2 or 3 takes, I think, but it was live editing. It's a TV show. That's because it was too costly. They in these days they would tape the show on 2-inch tape. For video, it was very expensive. So some of these shows they don't even exist anymore because the support, they just erased the tape and recorded something else on top of it.
Damn. Now, what about Message on a Radio? Because was that an actual video? Because I love that video as well, and Anthony loves it too.
It was filmed in. It was quite cold. It was filmed in Toronto, Canada.
Yeah. Now, okay, so that song is awesome too. Can we go into that a little bit? How did you come up with Message on a Radio? Did you just have the beat? Did Ivan from Men Without Hats come over and he's like, "Hey, Pascal, try this song"? And you're like, let me mess with this. And tell us the process of Message on a Radio.
Oh, I don't know. It just came as a funny idea. Let's do a song about something that, like, at the 80s nightlife. I was thinking mostly about the 80s nightlife in these times.
See, Anthony and I are too young. We missed that time. And man, I wish I would have the time with the big hair. The lovely lady in Living on a Video. I love her hair.
I was born in 1981. James, you're born in 1983. And it's Maggie's birthday. She's 25, so she was born in.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, so Maggie's the youngest one out of all of us. She was born in the early 90s, so she grew up with the Lion King movie,
Yeah.
Yes, let's keep it like that.
So, now, can I ask, I just want to know, so when you first started out and you started playing clubs, did you ever have any, issues or problems with some of the club owners or the patrons that would go to your shows? You know, did they ever get angry, throw beer bottles, or, you know, clog toilets? Like, did you ever have any problems like that in?
No, but one of these early shows, you know, we had one show at something like 11 p.m. and the second show for some other crowd was at 2 in the morning. And in the meantime, and I drank too many drinks. So that first time and the second time I was drunk when I did the show. But that was the last time, because now I don't drink. Well, maybe I'll have one drink before a show, but no, I cannot. I cannot smoke marijuana or anything like that, because otherwise I forget the lyrics and the cues. My brain functions too slow, so
did he just say message on the whole on the labios? What is he talking about? So no, all right. So Maggie, please go ahead, dear. Go ahead. I gotta grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Go
okay.
Ahead,
were you always naturally, you know, like a musician, or did you learn how to play? You know, because we know you do the keyboard. Do you play other instruments as well?
well, I started playing drums.
Oh, okay.
And then I got my hands on electric guitar and a bass and then the keyboard. So I'm as bad a drummer as I'm a bad guitar player.
I see in your videos. I see that you play a lot of keytars. There's a lot of keytars, and to me, the keytar is the coolest instrument.
Yeah, but actually, I'm quite skillful on the keytar. I do my solos on the keytar, just like in Living on Video, the solo.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But on the guitar, I do chords. I write songs on the guitar a lot, and the one who does the solo guitar is my wife, who plays with me on stage, Luana. Yes.
Okay, and do you have a studio nearby then?
Yeah, that's where I met someone. I lived in Mexico City for 13 years, and now I moved to Merida, Yucatan, because I knew a producer, so we decided to move there. You know, it's a little quieter than, well, you know, Mexico City is like living in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's just because we had our producer here, so we invested in the studio here, and we're just on the other side of the peninsula from Cancun.
Oh, okay.
Did a lot of hotels?
We're right across from Houston, I think, or that's right across from us. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow. So do a lot of like hotels hire you for like Cancun dancing nights, or do you perform in a lot of hotels for tourist stuff?
Sometimes, yes. But
and
we do our show mostly paid by the city. You know, we put a stage outside, and it's like a little carnival or a fiesta del pueblo, the yearly celebration from the pueblo. So where they hire us to do stuff like that. So it's fun. So it's a public. It's a crowd that doesn't know. Well, they know Transix here. They know. I sold a platinum record here. You know.
Yeah, you also, now I was on YouTube a little bit ago, and you also performed in Russia in front of like thousands of people. What was that like? You know, and like the song's playing through the PA, and is that your wife? Was that your wife at the time?
No. That's my good friend Lali. She's from Barcelona. I lived in Barcelona, Spain for 7 years.
Man, look at this guy. He's done everything.
Yeah.
He's lived everywhere.
But I live. This is the sixth city. I live in 5 countries and 2 continents.
How many languages do you speak, Pascal?
That's
3.
3. Oh my God. All right, Anthony, can you guess the languages he can speak?
I can barely speak English. Well, okay, I'm assuming you can speak Spanish. Well, English,
Yes.
Spanish, and
French.
French, depending on what part of Canada you're from. Yeah, that was going to be my third one.
Yeah. But my wife, she speaks 5 languages.
Oh, wow.
She's from Brazil.
Ah.
Oh, damn.
But
So yeah.
she lived in Switzerland also. So.
Oh, wow.
All right. So can we talk about that Russia performance? What was that? Because I've seen a
Well,
lot of
that
80s
Russia
music.
was a radio station called After Radio.
Uh-huh.
And then they put a concert, and it was nonetheless than Moscow's Olympic Stadium. There was about 35,000 people there, and it was filmed at the late December, and they showed that on TV December 31st.
On New Year's?
So it was to promote the radio station, and they had the TV station paid for that also, because it's a big event.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Andy and I have never played a stadium, but we've driven by lots of stadiums, so
Absolutely.
that's the closest we've ever been on a stage on a stadium. So what was it like after getting off that stage? Were like a lot of do you speak Russian? Did a lot of Russian fans want their photos with you? Or
I had to learn to, because I was opening the show, that part of the show, so I was going down the staircase, and I had to say words in Russian. Спасибо, Авторадио, это Trans-X, будем танцевать. Thank you, the radio station. I'm Trans-X and будем танцевать, let's dance. So I had to memorize that, because my partner's microphone went off, so I had to do this. And they didn't provide a keyboard for me.
Oh.
So I had to just have a handheld microphone.
Wow.
Now, how many countries has Trans-X played in? Because you performed in Russia. Your song "Living on a Radio" was a hit in Germany, as you mentioned earlier. So
yeah, well, all over. I played in Australia also.
Wow. Do they have like a kangaroo festival or something out there?
Yes.
So, well, which countries has the worst food, in your opinion?
There's good food everywhere, Yes.
Pascal's being so democratic, Anthony. Look at that. He's like,
That's a big question, though, about the food.
Yes, and in England, you have to have the fish and chip. And,
really?
And,
okay.
Yeah, and down a few pints of beer,
I love this guy. So, Pascal, who were some of the people that you looked up to musician-wise when you started doing music? Like, did you listen to a lot of Beach Boys, or did you listen to like Captain Beefheart? Like, what were some of the musicians that you looked up to in your early days?
Well, mostly like the Human League, Soft Cell, and this kind of synth band, Depeche Mode also.
Did you ever perform with
and
Depeche
Flock
Mode?
of Seagulls? A lot of times I'm with the playing in the United States with the Lost 80s. The Lost 80s is a group of like 10, 12 bands, and we get to play. I just get to play 3 songs. The other bands, they play 5 songs maybe. And, it's a kind of like a group of 80s bands that they put together.
Wow. So, like, you played with Flock of Seagulls and all these 80s bands.
Yeah.
When you guys Anthony, what do you think about these 80s musicians backstage? Are they like, my hit was bigger than your hit, man? Like, I got a longer set. Like,
well, sometimes they have beer, sometimes, but normally the promoter doesn't want us to drink alcohol, and actually, I don't drink alcohol that much. My liver is not happy with that.
Yeah, well, you don't want to be
there's
living in
always
a hospital.
but there's
But
always a good catering, Like, I played also with Wang Chung,
Yeah.
and who else? Missing Persons.
Awesome.
Bands
oh,
like that.
The Bazios.
Yes.
Yeah.
no, Anthony
Fazio,
wants to go.
she's afraid of flying, so she cannot do a show in New York or Chicago. Or forget it, because she cannot fly.
Can she go on a boat?
On a what?
Unless you're going down the Mississippi, how do you travel on a boat in America,
Oh
John?
yeah, maybe. I didn't think of that. Yeah, but as far as they know, they have to drive to Texas from Los Angeles, which is quite a ride.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
Anthony
many hours that is. Oh God, for me, I fly whenever. If it's more than 4 hours, I fly.
Pascal's class. Go ahead, Anthony. You wanted to ask him about some of those other musicians. Go ahead.
That wasn't where I was going, but I can ask you about it. I already asked about. Oh, okay. I'll ask you about musicians. One, you play the keyboards. You play that. Are you a Billy Joel fan?
Billy Joel?
Billy Joel, the piano man.
Yeah. Well, I know him, but
Good enough.
not my
Good enough.
kind of music. But I do a lot of different music. I did an album where I sing in the old French and Latin.
All right. What about are you a fan of the Beatles?
Yeah.
You know who the Beatles are, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and the Rolling Stones also. Yes. Yes.
All right. Let's just go to some random topics here. Random questions for you.
But when I was young, I listened to Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, and darker bands.
Oh yeah. Good, as you should, as any good school child should. Really quickly, I got some brain busters over here. Pascal, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Superpower?
Yeah.
To be able to fill stadiums.
Okay, we'll accept it. We'll accept it. All right.
You've done it before. So now, which
I've
crowds?
played every kind of venue you can imagine. I've played more than 1,000 discos. When I started, I've played in commercial centers. And I've played in smaller clubs for 40 people or in arenas. It's very different. So I had to adapt to different situations.
Sure.
And also I did a lot of shows, but the monitors didn't work, and I had to sing an hour with no monitors. I've lived through everything.
Now, okay. My favorite part, Pascal, in the living on the video is the keyboard part. Like, did your keyboards ever stop working during the show and you had to like hum the parts, in a microphone? Like, did you?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you serious?
In the last 80s, once I had all my music on my iPhone. I think it was in Texas, and it was too hot. My iPhone was too hot; it wouldn't work.
Oh my God! So you actually had to hum the beats, like.
I had to go in front of the people and just a cappella the song.
Wow.
Whoa!
And get them to sing that. and it happened, and people say, "Oh my God, I didn't know you could do that." So that's I have to save the day.
That's very good improvisation.
No,
Improvising.
the people that they're paying to be entertained, and so that's what I do.
Sure.
Totally.
What's the process? What do you do before you take a stage, Pascal? Are you like backstage preparing, doing some vocal warm-ups before you take a stage? What do you normally do? What's your routine?
No, right now, I sang for like 42 years, and I don't really need to warm up now. Actually, in the studio, I sing five takes, and we choose the three best. We put one in the center and two to create an effect in there. But I don't take that many takes in the studio anymore.
Wow.
Well, pat yourself on the back because you got life figured out.
Yeah,
that's a superpower.
I just try to breathe a little bit more, because I know it takes a lot of breath to move around, to sing nonstop these songs. It's sometimes it's high pitched, like a message on the radio. The chorus is high pitched. So I need to know how to get to breathe in to sing that way. Yes.
Yeah. Now, Maggie, one thing that I love about Pascal is his voice when he sings. It's very different and it's unusual from other singers because he does this this bit that in the action did. So like some of the words are low and then it goes, and the touch of the button. So you do these things with your voice that's really distinct and different. Whereas like your friend Ivan from Men Without Hats is like, make it down to the water, make it how far behind. It's very like monotone.
Maybe I do a little bit because I'm an actor also. I did study acting. And actually, I played. I had a part in a movie here, but a smaller movie here in Mexico.
What movie? What's the movie?
It's called El Paciente Cero.
Never heard of it.
No. It's an underground thing, and
How can we watch it?
English and Spanish.
How can we watch it? Is it on like a streaming service, or is there a way we can watch it?
I don't know. I can send you.
Can you send it to James? So
that would be good.
I'll send you just my scenes there, just 10 minutes.
I want to watch it.
Yeah,
sure.
And I play a mafioso guy who's from San Diego, and that sells meat to Mexico, and I get poisoned and they poison me in the movie, and I die a terrible death.
Yeah, I
want to watch it.
Yeah, you sound like a guy from San Diego too. It's like when I think of you, I think of San Diego, SeaWorld and Pascal.
Yeah.
So, okay, Maggie, honey, we've been talking so much. Go ahead, dear. Anthony, I've been talking. Please.
Oh no, I'm enjoying everything. What else do you enjoy doing when you're not doing the music thing?
Well, we go to the beach. The beach is about 30 minutes away from where I live. So my wife, she was born at the beach in the south of Brazil, so she likes to be at the beach. So.
Of course.
So do you like a lot of cooking? Like Anthony and I would subscribe to your cooking channel if you have one.
Yeah, we cook
cooking
a
with
lot
Pascal.
At home.
I watch it.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like the best food that you cook that your wife gets so excited when you cook it? Like, tonight, honey, we're gonna eat salmon. Oh, Pascal, I love you so much. You're the best husband ever.
Yeah, but I used to cook, but now my wife's she's the one doing the cooking now. Yes.
That's very smart. That's very noble. Now let's talk about your background. Look at you. You're surrounded by these records that you've conducted for over the years. Anthony, the yellow record, Rex of Living on a Video, that's the first album that you put out, correct?
The Living on Video was the first release. It was first released in French, actually.
Oh.
Oh, okay. And so you obviously went to France. Did you enjoy your time in France? Did you have to sign a lot of records? Did you
In France,
autograph signings?
I never performed transits in France. I had the French version. I performed in England, in Germany, in the Netherlands, in Scandinavia, in Spain, everywhere but France. And I was born there, and I had a French version. It's just not their sound, It's not their sound.
What's wrong with the French people? You have an album that was put out in France and they don't even
Why did you never
want
play there? What the hell?
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just went to school there when I was a child, that's all.
I'm kind of shocked to hear that because you actually
That's
made
weird.
it super weird. You sang it in French. You made a song for the French people, and they still don't like you out there. Did you make fun of their baguettes and wine, Pascal? Tell us the truth.
Yeah, I know, but what can I do? What can I do? I don't know. Maybe I should have told the song to a singer, a pop singer in France, because they like their French artists. Actually, very few French artists make it in Quebec, and very few Quebec artists make it in France. Very few of them.
Huh.
It's a different sound. It's like my wife, she tells me, in Brazil, there's no Portuguese artists that are popular in Brazil. There's two different cultures. Even if they speak the same language, well, there's differences, but it's culturally, it's totally different. It's not just the language.
I'm kind of shocked to hear this. I thought And Maggie, how do you feel about this?
It's surprising,
Yeah.
but you've got the hits. I mean, I think once people discover a lot, I think they're like, I didn't know about you until, I don't know, it was a while back. And then once I did, I was like, this is cool, and this is great because I want more people to hear who you are because, I mean, the music's great that you've done.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Yeah. So now, have you ever played any private parties, like at people's houses? Like, did they hire you? Like,
did I play? Maybe I did once or twice. Maybe, yes.
So maybe Hugh Hefner hired you to play the Playboy Mansion, maybe back in the day.
Yeah, and those some of these places I've played, they don't even have a stage, so I'm just singing with a microphone around the people who are there.
Let's go to the karaoke bar, sir.
Yeah, I played them with the Lost 80s. Sometimes they sell their stage, but it's a dinner party. People pay like $200 to $300 a piece, and so I had sometimes I was singing there with my keyboard, and there was somebody cutting his big steak in front of me.
Did you always ask them like during like the song, like, how was the food, by the way, guys?
Yeah.
You need any A1 sauce, sir?
Here, I'll stop singing, and here I'll pass the ketchup.
Yeah.
So, like, when you played these restaurants, were there like children in the audience, like holding their ears? Like,
Yeah, but I don't have to play a long set, like 12 minutes. That's all I have.
That's oh my God, Andy, can you imagine eating like pancakes and it's like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Trans-X. And you're like,
I'd be in heaven. I'd be like, this is the best pancake breakfast ever. Like, hell yeah. I'll have seconds.
Yes, and I can go and sing in the public and say, here, let me serve you some more wine, sir.
What were some of the malfunctions that you faced as an artist performing live? Like, these are great stories. I love them so much.
Yeah, about the monitoring system went out, totally. But I can sing without hearing me, because I know these songs, or I've been singing for 42 years, so it's not a problem for me. But it's not fun. It's not fun because sometimes I have to hear the music, that sounds, the sound that comes back with the echo from the hall, because I don't have speakers here. So sometimes it's a little bit funky to adapt to this kind of situation. Yeah. But I try to make the best of it.
You don't do the in-ear monitors?
That's what I use now.
You do? Okay, I didn't know if you said that. Yeah. All
But
right, cool.
last time they didn't work, so I had to didn't have
That's technology for you.
Yeah. Now, yeah, you said, now, do you ever go to sleep? Like if you're writing a song and you get stuck on it, then you go to sleep and you're still thinking of the song in your head while you're sleeping, and then you wake up. Do you get a lot of moments like that when you're in the middle of writing a song?
Yeah, but then at night, it works its way into yes, yeah, it works its way, and after that, I find the solution. Yes.
I love it. I love it. And our friend Jonas is here. He cannot be here today, but he says, now that's a show I would pay to see, referring to your restaurant performances. I just wish, I just wish that he would come to America and play like IHOP or something,
They don't have a stage, but damn it, they have good pancakes.
Yeah. Well, I played in Los Angeles. They have four 80s clubs there. They serve food. They have tables, everything. But there's a crowd that comes to the stage. The other ones, they stay seated and then watch the show from afar, from where they're seated. Yes.
Wow.
But those are a lot of 80s clubs that they don't just play music. They put all these music videos. They have a lot of TV.
Oh, neat.
So that's it. All these 80s clubs have video. But when we play with the lost 80s, or even the men might not have, they don't even have visuals. I have visuals on my show, but they don't have visuals.
So, hey, our friend Jonas says, we're the friendly men. We can make a stage for Mr. Transax at our local IHOP.
Jonas is a plumber, not a carpenter. How the hell? None of us know how to make a stage. None of us have the technology or the steady hands to pull off an achievement like that. But we'll get some pallets from the back of the grocery store.
It's very easy. Now you just have to ask artificial intelligence. That's how we do all our visuals. We just enter the text, and it pulls out all the visuals that we need to project on the screen, And we tried also just to send some lyrics and just get the AI to do the music. It was amazing. Wow. It was amazing. I mean, there's few people who can write like that. It's like trying to play chess with a robot. It's going. I don't know how they're going to regulate that. I have no idea. But but anyways, I concentrate on something the AI cannot do. It's for now. It's live shows. Well, I'm sure they're going to project Kiss and all these shows with holograms now, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
Sure. I would agree too.
In the next 3 to 5 years, 40% of the jobs will be gone because of AI. It's a major change in society, much bigger than the internet.
Absolutely. So, Pascal, our friend Jonas goes, have you ever incorporated live drums in your performances before?
A live what?
A live drummer. Did you ever play with a live drummer before?
Oh, yes, many times. Yeah, yes. But our drummer now, he lives in Uruguay, and he teaches French there, so we cannot have him here.
Wow. So what do you now? Did you when you perform with the live drummer and then perform to the backing tracks, what's better for you? Because like the live drummer brings out more energy, I'd say, than like a backing track would.
There's more energy when you have a live drummer. Also, it's very visual, what it adds to the show. Yes, but sometimes, in South America, I just go with my wife because there's no more budget if I play smaller clubs. With all the traveling, is very expensive.
Sure.
Going from here to Argentina, it's just like going from here to Europe. It's the same 7 hours. It's
wow. So have you ever performed in Argentina before? Did you ever perform in other places around South America?
Oh yeah, yes, and Peru twice, and Colombia, and 3 times in Brazil, and I went to the city where my wife was born, but I did not even know her at the time.
Whoa! Do you think she was in your audience? Was she at your show?
No.
Oh man! So now, okay, Anthony's smoking right now, looking like a badass. Pascal, I apologize for young kids under 18 should not be smoking. But
nobody in this video will get secondhand smoke because of me.
Yeah.
So Maggie, go ahead, dear, please.
So who are some of your favorite bands right now that you enjoy listening to?
Dear side.
Oh, but I enjoy some bands like Respect a lot, like Coldplay,
Right.
U2, and I'm doing covers of 2 songs because I love the way they are written. I love the lyrics, and I feel comfortable performing this. It's just to add to what we're doing already, but I like this kind of sound.
Okay. Do you have any other bands that you enjoy listening to?
Well, for a while I was listening to psychedelic trance.
Oh, okay.
That's quite an evolution in dance music.
Yes.
It's the same synthesizer sound, but they adapted it to make people dance even more. It's incredible.
Yes.
And here, I know the producers now says, I've listened to the record produced for Taylor Swift, and it's incredibly well produced. The sound is incredible. That's why also it's working, because the sound is. The younger generation are much more critical about the quality of the sound.
I see.
I agree. Taylor Swift, I say this all the time to my friends, and I got all these tattoos, long hair, and I say that "Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift is probably one of the best pop songs ever written, ever.
Yeah.
And I agree wholeheartedly with it. And I tell that to people, and they're like, "You know what? You're not wrong." And I'm like, "Yeah, think about it. It's a really good song. Like, it's very well written. I love the music."
Yes.
So you must know a lot of the DJs, the local DJs that play like the trance music, the dance music.
Oh yeah, yes. Our producer here, he used to teach DJing. So all the people all around the States here, they were all his students.
And they did it on the 2 turntables, the old school way, where you're matching the beats.
Yeah, there's a lot of how to do that. To me personally, I think it's 20th century for me. There's so much more possibilities, to just forget this and try to create with the new tools. But
yes.
just saying, too. I have a friend who used to DJ. He's from Los Angeles. He used to DJ. He was like 15 years old, and now he collected digitally all these songs from the 80s, and he does loops on top of it. It's very creative what he does with the technology.
Yes.
So I would like to know, writing your old stuff and then, currently writing in 2025, what have you done differently besides using new technology to create new music? Like, in the old days you're one of the old school guys that, you didn't have all of this, access to all this technology to create a lot of sounds and music. And so, that's kind of cool. And now you have access to all this stuff. Do you prefer writing like the old way? Like you didn't have access to all this stuff?
Well, it's a lot quicker these days, to arrange stuff with this. Otherwise, you had to prepare on the piece of paper the structure to the song and learn all the parts. And I missed that. You had to rewind the tape and then punch in to play it better. And it was time consuming. Now it's a lot easier. But there's a lot of people who just purchase like ready-made loops, and they say that, oh well, I'm a producer now. And the remix and the remix, the bass and the melody are not even in the right and the synchronized and the right pitch, and they don't even hear that. It's
Right.
This is incredible.
And that's cheating, right, Anthony? That's bull tweet.
Cheating.
Yeah.
It's underhanded, and it will not be accepted or tolerated on this stream.
No,
Yeah.
At all.
That's why you're listening to your music, Pascal. It comes from the heart. Like you're writing from the heart. You're writing with emotions. Where I think a lot of this trans new music, it's kind of lifeless to me. Because it's
a lot
written
of
by a
it.
computer.
Yes, because it's there's nobody playing actually. It's just sequenced and it's too perfect. But the sound is incredible. They have tools now to make mastering, and it sounds amazing. But all the music these days are made by the 5 only composers from Sweden that do all the music for everybody. So that's why it sounds the same.
I guess that would make sense. Now Maggie, she used to DJ back in the days. So tell us some. Would you agree about today's music, Maggie, compared to the old days? Or
the old days were way better.
Yeah, the more originality. Now I guess if I don't know who's singing a song, it could be somebody else. It sounds. Well, I know that. Well, maybe Lady Gaga has a new album. I'm curious to see because it sounds a little bit different than what she did. So
I've heard it. It's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's
So
pretty good.
there's people who do creative stuff still.
Well, yeah, you definitely have to be open-minded to all. I'm open-minded to all music.
Yeah, but that's in the old days. You had to release to record a master tape. It would cost you $2,000 or $3,000 studio time and everything to put that together, and then you had to sign all the rights and your firstborn child to it.
Hey, here, my firstborn child. Look, you get Michael. I'm like, I want Michael. So do you still have a lot of like the old equipment that they used back in the 80s when you were composing these songs, or what happened to all those old
I
keyboards?
just use plugins now because it's more convenient.
Pascal!
I don't see much of a difference. I have to save a lot of moving these old synthesizers around. They break all the time.
Sure.
And there's very few people who will repair them. So it's the guitar I use. I have 3 of them. if one breaks, I have three of them.
Wow. Well, Pascal, I'm about to embarrass myself and Anthony here, but back in the early 2000s for Christmas, I was given these kid instruments with automatic plug-in sounds, and
They were sold at Toys R Us. His mother bought it for James.
My aunt.
Your aunt? Okay. He's got two other brothers. He's got an older brother and a younger brother, and each one got one. And me and James took it upon ourselves. Yeah. We figured out how to program these little kid instruments from Toys R Us and make songs out of it. And we created a band, and we would play in parking lots, and we would ruin other people's shows by playing these instruments. And we have it. It's on SoundCloud somewhere. We were called Appraisal. Appraisal was the name of our band. Oh, right here. We made cassette tapes, and look I have one of our cassette tapes.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, like that's one of our things. So yeah, it's somewhere on the internet. I'm sure James can put it in the link, but yeah, so me and James dabbled with some sort of electronic music once upon a time in the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
We played my high school, Pascal, and there were actual instruments behind us that the audience didn't care at all what we were doing, that someone started playing their guitar right behind us with their amp on full blast. So we
played a show at Kiss the Sky Records. One of our friends' bands was inside the record store. So we played directly outside the record store and had everybody from inside the record store stop watching the band that was playing and come out and watch our little shitty little kid instrument band.
Yeah.
And it was awesome, man. It was awesome.
Yeah. We tried doing like Win a Date with us.
Yeah, that was that show.
Sign up that.
Two women signed up. One we were friends with, and we're like, you don't count. And so we were gonna take this girl out on a date, and we are gonna like make her buy our meal at McDonald's, and then we are gonna take her fishing. We are gonna have like the most boring date with this woman ever. This was our genius plan.
It never happened.
This is what we did when we were like 20 years old. Me and James were like, I was 20, he was like 18. These are the ideas we had. We're not smart men, Pascal. We're not smart.
Yeah, we would have played the parking lot across the street from a stadium, just not the stadium itself, you know? So, yeah, I mean, that's amazing. Now, when you play bigger production shows, such as like these arenas, a lot more money goes into it, a lot more production value goes into it. Like, compared to those with the smaller shows, obviously you master it everywhere you go. I've never played a big stage in my life with like lights and videos behind me.
You have the lights that are synchronized to your music, it's a lot easier to relate to. When I play smaller places where there's no lights or there are barely any lights, and I have people actually I can even touch with my hands in front of the stage. So it's that I cannot make a mistake on the keyboard because people will see it. It's more challenging actually.
Okay, I have a question. Do you have a keyboard near you where we could hear you play something?
No.
It is Maggie's birthday.
Yeah, Pascal, come on, man.
Oh, you're done.
I see a guitar behind you.
Whoa! This is gonna be awesome.
Yes. All right.
Your birthday.
There we go.
All right, that works.
Here we go.
If you take it to Rio, to Rio, or to San Domingo, she's got eyes like a fire, but she's dancing for the sun. Much more than I realize, she's got the eyes of desire, passion, fire in her heart. She's got the eyes of desire. If you take her to the islands on a fiesta del sol, she's a voodoo of the night. She'll take your heart and let you go. It much more than I realized. She's got the eyes of desire, passion, fire in her heart. She's got the eyes of desire.
Thank you, Pascal.
Yeah.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
Maggie,
that's-
I did that just for you because it's your birthday, man.
Yeah, best birthday.
It was for your birthday.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Yeah. So wow. Thank you so much
That was
for
nice.
performing for that. Yeah.
The
Oh.
unplugged.
Yes.
So how many new songs have you written recently that you could safe to say that are in the pipeline ready to come out?
Ooh, well, I released an EP with 4 remixes of older songs, and the next EP are brand new songs. So I don't know how it will be received.
Do you have song
We
titles?
will see. It should
Do you
be
have any-
released by my record company is in California.
Oh.
Do you have song titles for these songs? Are there any song titles?
The one of the songs called "Call Us Crazy."
I like it.
One,
I like it.
Cyberman and Cyber Love, and what's the fourth one? I can't remember the fourth one.
Well-
But anyways, we did the videos with AI, so it should be released also on YouTube with some videos created with AI.
Wow. Well, Pascal, Anthony and I are the kings of making up song titles, and we're going to shoot you some, and we're going to see what you like and what you don't like. Here's one. Microphone Me. How's that?
What?
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, it was bad. Okay. Hand me my mic. No, that's too long. Damn it. Anthony, how about this one? Baltimore is the best. How about that song title?
What the best? The best what?
Yeah, the
Baltimore.
best steak sauce. Yeah, the best
yeah.
steak sauce is from Baltimore. How about that song title?
Well, yeah, I could. I had to think about, what to write. Sometimes I write. Sometimes there's people who send me music, and I write lyrics too, and the melody. And sometimes I write the music, and I have a friend from Los Angeles write the lyrics. So it depends. I'm not just a lyricist or a composer. I can do both. Sometimes I collaborate.
Wow. Anthony, do you have a song title for him?
I'm coming up with some stuff. How about microwaving bacon?
Yeah, well,
Right? We're gonna microwave some bacon. I don't know why I'm doing it in like the tune of like bluegrass country, but they're gonna microwave some bacon. Gonna
yeah.
cook it up really good. Gonna microwave some bacon. Gonna cook it like I should.
Yeah,
No.
you have to move these refrigerators. You have to move these cold
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about writing jingles for like commercials? Because here in America, we have the most annoying commercials ever written by man. Have you ever thought about writing jingles for commercials?
No, but that could be something I could do. But now, they all just want like hip hop stuff, I guess.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now I don't know. But hip hop is going down. If you look
Thank
at the
God.
statistics, it's going down.
Yes, because like you said, you dabble into the goth stuff. I can see you write some like interesting words for like insurance companies for funerals. Like
They don't have commercials for that, James.
well, I mean they should, right? I mean
They
there's
should, in theory. Yeah, I don't know what kind of world do we live in where we don't have funeral commercials.
before you die, come to our place and buy a coffin.
Okay, I got a question for Pascal. What type of movies do you enjoy watching? Do you like horror movies?
Yeah.
No. 'Cause
Okay.
I like to sleep at night.
What do you enjoy watching? What type of movies?
The two best movies ever is Alien,
Okay.
and the other one is
Aliens.
what's the name of the other movie?
It was so good that you can't remember the
But
title.
that's yes. Well, I'll remember in a minute.
Was it Con Air starring Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, that's fun. And I watched Twin Peaks. Was quite intense.
Yep. You seem like you'd be a David Lynch guy.
Yeah. I loved his movies. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Great.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Kubrick.
Oh,
Kubrick.
Of course.
classic. So, well, Pascal, tell us. I know we've been going over our hour now, but what's happening? What's in the future? What's in store for you? Will you be playing the States anytime soon, where Maggie, Anthony, and myself can go see you? And are you going to be?
You can sleep on our couches. We'll let you sleep on our couches.
Well, it's actually a free event, and it's in Cadiz in the exotic East Los Angeles. And I'm playing there on June 28th with Taps, with Jessica Williams, and there's a bunch of artists. And we're going to perform because I did a duet with the Jessica Williams, so we're going to present that as a premiere.
Whoa.
So you're all welcome. It's in Los Angeles. Yes.
Wow. So, quick question: what are your thoughts of Danny Elfman as a composer and a musician?
Oh yes, my wife, she's a very good fan of him, and no, I think it's he started doing music for a circus, so he has an ability to use different instruments and to create textures that not everybody can do, Yes.
Sure. So I appreciate that. Well, Anthony, should we let this poor man? He probably has to go to the beach soon, right?
I'd assume so.
Yeah.
This has been wonderful. This has been.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for Maggie. This is probably the best birthday ever.
Oh, absolutely. I really appreciate this. I do.
All right.
Thank you so much, Pascal. It really is. I was really looking forward to this.
It was a pleasure to be here with you.
Yeah, and when you release some more songs, let's do it again. If you would be
send it our way. We'll help you promote it.
please.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yes. Perfect.
Yeah. I loved all your stories. I loved hearing it. I could hear you. I could listen to you speak for hours about steak sauce. I just think I don't know. I this was completely blown away. I'm so thankful for you taking your time to speak with us. And
Yes.
No, that's my pleasure. Yes, I'm always there to interact with people and to because they like to know what my background is, and they're curious.
And Anthony, we should let Maggie take the last words because it
All
is
right, Maggie, you close out the show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
go ahead,
again, I just want to thank you for the opportunity that we could speak with you, and we really enjoy your music. And I was trying to get my brother on here, but he's working. But he really is a big fan too.
Oh, well, say hello to him from me, and Maggie will have a super birthday.
Thank you so much.
Great. Well, guys, the outro is going to play so you guys can leave. And all right, everyone that's watching, this has been great. Pascal, take care, my man. And
thank you.
Take care.